पोलैंड में पढ़ने का ड्रीम है, सो यू मस्ट बी ऑल सेट फॉर इट। कॉलेज ढूंढ ली होगी, फॉर्म सबमिट कर दिया होगा, एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट, एडमिशन भी मिल गया होगा। बट डोंट यू थिंक यू आर फॉरगेटिंग द मोस्ट क्रूशियल स्टेप, योर वीजा? Whether you are dreaming of munching on the delicious pierogi, wandering through the beautiful streets, or diving into Poland's rich history, there's just one thing you need to take care of first, your visa application. This is the point where most of the students make huge mistakes and फिर क्या, उनका स्टडी अब्रॉड ड्रीम ही रह जाता है। तो वो गलती तुम ना करो, इसलिए इस वीडियो को एंड तक जरूर देखना। We are here to guide you through it step by step, making the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. So before you head over to the embassy or Consulate General of Poland with your visa application, make sure you have got all the documents ready. Missing even one document could get your application refused, and we don't want that. So here's what you need to do. First off, everything you submit has to be in Polish or English. And remember, your passport will stay with the embassy or consulate while they process your visa. Now, let's get into the details of the process. Personal details. First things first, you will need to gather some personal information. This includes your full name, exactly as it appears on your passport, your passport number, and the purpose of your visit, whether you are planning to study, explore, or do business. Don't forget your contact number and email address for any follow-up questions or updates from the Embassy or Consulate General of the Republic of Poland. Residency requirement. Make sure you legally reside within the jurisdiction of the diplomatic mission where you are applying. You will need to prove this with the appropriate address on the last page of your passport or the place of issue of your passport. This is a crucial step, so double check to avoid any hiccups. Get your docs in order. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what documents you need to prepare. Remember, the application must be submitted in a specific order. So, let's keep everything neat and tidy. Number 1, passport. Your passport is your golden ticket. Make sure it's in tip-top shape. It should have been issued within the last 10 years. Be valid for at least 3 months beyond your intended departure from the Schengen area, and have at least 2 blank pages ready for those shiny new stamps. Number 2, visa application. Next up, the visa application itself. Fill out the application form completely. No blanks allowed. Sign it twice and make sure your signature matches the one in your passport. Along with the form, you will need to provide 2 recent color photos taken within the last 6 months. These should be passport type photos with a white background measuring 35 mm into 45 mm. Number 3, checklist. Create a handy checklist to ensure you have included all the required documents. Trust us, it's better to be safe than sorry. Number 4, applicant's covering letter. Write a friendly letter that explains why you are traveling, how long you plan to stay, and lists all the documents you are submitting. Think of it as a mini introduction to your travel plans and the purpose behind your trip. But, here is where most students make a huge mistake. You don't need to write 4 to 5 pages of cover letter. 1 page is more than enough to show why you want to study in a specific university. Be specific and clear. It's the way to go. Number 5, purpose of your trip. Now, let's dive into the specific documents you will need to prove the purpose of your trip. This section is crucial because it shows the consulate exactly why you are visiting Poland. Certificate of admission. If you are going to Poland for educational purposes, you will need an original certificate of admission or continuation from your educational institution. This document must confirm that you have been accepted and are ready to start or continue your studies. The certificate should be in accordance with the format set out in the regulation of the Ministry of Science and Higher Education from the 23rd of September 2019. Ensure it is the latest version and correctly filled out by your institution. Proof of payment for studies. You will also need to provide proof that you have paid for your studies. This document should be issued by your educational institution. If your studies are free, you will need a confirmation from university stating that there's no fees involved. This helps the consulate understand that you have a legitimate reason for your stay and that all the financial obligations to the institution are met. Previous education documents. Lastly, don't forget to include documents showcasing your previous education. These documents must be legalized or attested by the Ministry of External Affairs (MEA) or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs (MFA). Higher secondary certificate. If you are applying for a visa based on admission to the first year of studies or a foundation course, submit your higher secondary certificate. This certificate should be legalized or attested by MEA or MFA to confirm its authenticity. Higher studies certificates or diplomas. If you are applying for a visa based on admission to the second or third cycle of studies like a master's or PhD, you will need to provide your higher studies certificate or diplomas. These too must be legalized or attested by MEA or MFA. Number 6. Travel medical insurance. Travel medical insurance is a critical part of your application. Here's what you need to know to get it right. Insurance company. Your insurance must be issued by a company from the list of approved insurance companies that meet the necessary conditions referred to in Article 25(1)(2)(a) and Article 25(1)(b) of the Act of 12 December 2013 on foreigners. This ensures that the insurance provider is recognized and trusted by the consulate. Validity. The insurance must be valid for your entire stay in the Schengen area. It should cover you from the day you enter the Schengen zone until the day you leave. Ensure that the dates of your insurance certificate match your travel dates. Coverage. The minimum coverage amount should be 30,000 euros. This amount covers costs related to any emergency medical treatment you might need during your stay, as well as repatriation for medical reasons or in case of death. Certificate details. The certificate of insurance should not be handwritten. It should clearly state your name in the Latin alphabet and other relevant details in the typed format. Make sure the document is legible and professionally presented. Number 7. Accommodation. Now, let's talk about accommodation proof. This is a big one. You need to provide documents that confirm you have secured a place to stay in Poland. This could be a lease agreement for an apartment, a decision granting you a dormitory room, or any other proof of accommodation. Make sure you provide proper documents showcasing your stay near the university. If your accommodation is 1 hour away, then it's going to be a big red flag. These documents must also include information about the monthly fees. This not only shows the embassy that you have planned where you will live, but also that you are financially prepared for it. Having your accommodation sorted out in advance can also help you feel more settled and focused when you arrive. Number 8. Documents confirming the sufficient financial resources of applicant or sponsor. Financial proof is another crucial element. You need to demonstrate that you have sufficient funds to cover your living expenses, accommodation and return travel. Here's how you can do it. Traveler's checks. These are safe and easy to carry, showing you have ready funds. Bank certificate. A certificate from your bank showing your credit card limit or the balance in your account. It's important that the bank is recognized in Poland. Polish bank account statement. If you have an account in a Polish bank, a statement showing available funds works great. Scholarship confirmation. If you have a national or foreign scholarship, provide the confirmation letter. If someone else is sponsoring you, you will need a notarized letter of sponsorship. This letter should clearly state that the sponsor will cover all your travel, living, and accommodation expenses. Additionally, provide the sponsor's financial documents, such as a certificate of employment with a monthly salary statement or the previously mentioned financial proofs. Financial stability is key here. It reassures the embassy that you can support yourself during your studies in Poland. What about minors? If you are applying for a visa as a minor, there are additional requirements to ensure your safety and proper guardianship. Permission to travel. If one or both parents or guardians are not present during the submission of the visa application, you will need a permission to travel document. This permission must be legalized or attested by MEA or MFA, ensuring that the absent parent or guardian have given their consent for you to travel. This is crucial for verifying that your trip is authorized by your legal guardians. Parent or guardian ID copies. You need to provide copies of the identification documents of the parents or guardians who have custody or guardianship over you. These copies must include their signatures and photographs. This helps the consulate verify the identities of those responsible for you during your travels. Birth certificate. Submit a legalized or attested copy of your birth certificate. This document is essential for confirming your age and the identity of your parents. If applicable, provide proof of legal guardianship as well, ensuring all documents are legalized and attested by MEA or MFA. Now comes optional documents. While not mandatory, including additional documents can actually strengthen your application and provide more context for your trip. Language skills proof. If you are planning to study in English, submitting proof of your English language skills is highly recommended here. Documents like IELTS, TOEFL, or CAE scores can demonstrate that you possess the necessary language skills for undertaking studies conducted in English. This can reassure the consulate that you will be able to handle the language demands of your educational program. Passport data pages copy. Lastly, make sure to include a copy of your passport's data pages. Data pages, first and last pages. Previous visas, Polish or Schengen visas. If you had any previous Polish visas, include copies of those pages. If these visas were in a previous passport, provide copies of that passport's data pages as well. This helps the consulate track your travel history and verify your previous compliance with visa regulations. Remember, the embassy or consulate general reserves the right to ask for additional information or documents. If there are any formal deficiencies in your application, you will have 7 days to submit the missing documents. Visa decisions will be made within 30 calendar days of application registration. If you submit your application less than 30 days before your intended travel date, it's at your own risk. Now, take a deep breath and pat yourself on the back for getting through all that paperwork. You are one step closer to your Polish adventure. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Good luck and bon voyage!